Hello students, in my last video I have started the chapter that is the case studies lumberjacks of Canada and the life in the Amazon basin. In my last video I have discussed up to the difference between the softwood and hardwood trees. Apart from that, we have discussed what is lumbering, who are the lumberjacks, why the taiga region is not suitable for agriculture, and then we have discussed about the regions where in Canada lumbering is carried out. Along with that, I have also given you some question answers. Tomorrow also I will send you some question answers. What you will do, they will see that the question answers I have already dictated in the class. If it is common with the one which I have now, which I will send you tomorrow or today, sorry, if it is same, then no need to write. Or if you find any new question, that you must include in your copy. Along with that, I have also discussed about the hardwood and the softwood trees. That I said that hardwood and softwood has nothing to do with the relative hardness and softwood, hardness and softness. The hardwood trees have seeds which are hard covering, or it may be a soft covering also. On the other hand, your softwood trees do not have any covering. And hardwood trees are usually found in the deciduous, softwood are found in the evergreen. Hardwood trees are used for making furnitures, and softwood are used to make paper, cardboard, etc. Hardwood trees examples we have discussed that they are banyan, neem, maple, elm, mahogany and oak. And so far as softwood are there, redwood, fir, spruce, chirpine, etc. they are known as hardwood. Now along with this, we have discussed one more thing. That is lumbering was confined only to the summers. It was or carried out only in winter. It was carried out only in winters, but nowadays it is carried out throughout the year. Now why it was done in winter? Because the sap that used to come out from the tree, it was not there, and the ground was covered with snow and the rivers were frozen. So it was easy for the transportation of the logs after cutting. But nowadays lumbering is not limited to just the winter season. Thus lumberjacks are employed all the year round. So this is another economic advantage of the lumberjacks, is that previously they were employed only in the winter season, so they could earn only in the winters. But now as lumbering is carried out throughout the whole year, so it is easy for them to earn also throughout the year, and they get employment. The camps have become bigger and better now, support settled communities of workers. So now previously what we have seen, that the onset of winter the lumberjacks used to come and make camps, but now there is a permanent settlements are there, support settled communities of workers, and along with that the communication system has also developed and have improved, and the lumberjacks do not feel as isolated. Previously, in earlier days, the lumberjacks did not have any means to communicate with their family members. Naturally, they used to feel homesick and they were isolated in the forest alone, and they were cut off from their families as they once used to. But now the communication system has developed, so they can every day they can keep contact with their family members. Before starting work, the lumberjacks survey the area where felling will take place. So at first they will supervise, or they will take a overview of the place that where the trees will be cut. The mature trees are identified. You see, all the trees are not cut. As a human being has a lifespan, similarly the different types of trees also have a lifespan. So we should cut trees only when they are matured. And after maturity, if we do not cut the tree, then the trees will become spoiled from inside. It will be spoiled by different types of insects, or it will become loose and it may fall also. So we have to understand that when the trees are matured, it should be identified, and the tracks and roads are accordingly made within the forest, so that the lumberjacks can reach the region where the trees will be cut. The actual process of felling the trees and transporting the timber requires great skill. Now, as we are saying in a very easy way that cutting of trees and then bringing it out from the forest, it is not that easy. It requires a proper skill. So it is done by qualified and skilled workers. They are known as the lumberjacks. So the lumberjacks are classified into 4 groups depending on the nature of their work. Now, first of all, we will discuss the first group of workers. These are the 4 groups who are involved in the entire process of lumbering. The first, they are known as the high riggers. Now, what is the role of the high riggers? This is, they have a risky job of felling trees. After having secured themselves to the tree with a safety belt, first of all, they will tie with the tree with a type of safety belt. Then they climb to the top of the trees with a saw and an axe. As they climb, they keep cutting the branches. So the branches are not required, only the main the tree is required. That has to be felled. Now, if there are a lot of branches, then the trees cannot be cut properly, or the felling of the trees will be difficult. So as the high riggers, why high riggers? They tie themselves with a safety belt with the tree and they start climbing high up. As they move up on the way, or whatever branches they get, they get it cut. They cut it with the help of a saw and an axe. When they have nearly reached the top, so while they are climbing from the bottom to the top of the tree, all the branches that they come on the way, they get it cut, so it is easy for them to climb high up also. Now, when they reach the top of the tree, then they attach a cable to the upper part of the tree and quickly climb down. So at the top of the tree, they tie a rope type thing that is known as a cable, and immediately they get down. So the cable is tied to the upper part of the tree. Quickly climb down. The cable is then secured to the ground to control the direction in which the tree falls. So with the help of the cable, the felling of the tree, the direction is given in which direction the tree will fall, and the tree is cut at the base. So then the tree is cut at the base. Now, as a little portion or half of the portion of the tree is cut, then with the help of the cable, the top portion of the tree is, the people start pulling it. They use modern equipment like power driven saws. Now, the olden days or earlier time, the people used to use the axe to cut the base of a tree. So it cannot be cut in a proper uniform manner, rather it will take time also. So now they use power driven saw. They use the power driven saw instead of axes, because axes takes a lot of time to cut the base of the tree. So with the help of the power driven saw, they just within few minutes they can cut the base of the tree. The cable is finally pulled to bring down the tree safely. So in this way, a very big tree is brought down to the ground. So what is the process? The high riggers will climb top of the tree. So while climbing up on the way, whatever branches comes, they cut it with the help of an axe and a saw. And when they reach to the top of the tree, they tie it with a cable, and immediately they come down. Then the base of the tree, that is bottom of the tree, a little above the ground, is cut with the help of the power driven saws. So as it is cut, it becomes loose. So then with the help of the cable, the direction is given to the tree on which direction it will fall. In this way, the trees comes down. So this is the work of the high riggers. Then comes the role of the sawyers or the buckers. So after the trees have been felled, the sawyers or buckers, this is another group of people. As I said, that the 4 groups of people are involved in the process of lumbering. Buckers take over. The leftover branches are removed with power driven saws. So whatever branches are left, now all the branches could not be cut. Whatever branches are left in the tree after felling, then it is cut by the sawyers or the buckers. The trunk is then bucked or cut into required lengths. So the main trunk of the tree is cut into pieces. The length of each piece meant for pulping is 1 to 2 meter. If it is being sent to the sawmill, the wood is cut into 4 meter long. So if it is used for pulp, then 1 to 2 meter, or if it is sent to the sawmill, then it is cut into 4 meter long pieces. So the long trunk of the tree is cut into different pieces. After that, the function is of the skidders. After bucking, The skidders use tractors to pull the bundles of the logs along the skid track out of the forest. So the logs are pulled with the help of tractors, high power tractors. It is pulled out. The logs are collected on the bank of a frozen river. So it is collected on the bank of a frozen river, a rail track or a road. This point is known as the loading point. So they are dragged up to the loading point. And then another group is the haulers or river drivers. When spring approaches, the river thaws. So now the rivers were frozen. So as the spring comes, the river starts melting or thaws, and the hauler or the river driver pushes the bundle of logs into the river. Nowadays logs are pushed into the rivers by machines. So nowadays it is not done manually, rather it is pushed into the rivers by the help of machines. Sometimes the bundles of logs get entangled and create a log jam. So as several logs are pushed into the rivers, so the logs get jammed or it gets entangled with one another. So it leads to the log jam. The haulers, who wear spiked boots and carry long pointed poles, blast the logs with dynamites to free. So as the logs get entangled, it is difficult for human beings to remove. So then they use the dynamites. It's a type of explosive. So to get rid of the log jam, they have to move quickly over the rolling logs, as they could otherwise get killed. So they have to come out from the log jam also, otherwise there is probability that they might get killed. Huge mills are located farther downstream, and each mill has a log pond where the logs are stored in the water till they are needed. So then these logs are kept in the log pond. So then it is kept there and it will be cut as and when required. So these days, however, timber is almost always transported by rail or road. So nowadays these tractors and these things are just required to bring it out from the forest, and the rivers are no more used, not so much used as it was used earlier. Now they are mainly transported with the help of rail or road. So with this we come to the end of today's video, that is the fourth type of lumberjacks. Next day again we will continue from the next portion. Till then, all of you take care, stay safe, stay healthy, goodbye.